Hey everybody, welcome back to Cattywampus Acres. This is Jason and we're going to do a little update today, and we're going to join in on this sunflower growing competition. So come on, let's get into it. Alright, so those of you that have animals are going to know how nice it is and how to have your own hay supply. Well, we do not here, and so we typically have to go buy it, and it's typically, I don't know, $7-8 a bale for a square bale. But our neighbors got rid of their horses and sent us a text message the other day and said, hey, do you guys want some hay? And so we said yes, definitely. And so check this out, we got 30 bales of hay. We even got a couple big square bales of hay. If it's not good enough for us to feed it to them, we are going to use it as bedding and to go on our potatoes, and I'll show you what we're doing with the potatoes. And so update on our herb bed. Hadley's cleaning the truck behind me. Cilantro's doing good. Dill is coming, it's just going real slow. Hopefully, I don't know, we might have to replant that. It's going pretty slow. All the basil's doing well. Peppermint going good. Got some purple basil, and then lemon balm. Lemon balm is actually a perennial, so when we moved the bed we pulled out the old stuff, but we're going to try some new stuff, see if we can keep it in there. Orchard's doing really good. We have berries here. The berries are coming up here really good. All the trees that we planted have already actually leafed out, so that's really cool. All right, this is our Fuyu persimmon. Look at that thing, it's doing pretty well. That's coming up. We got some apple trees. They're doing good, and it can be scary when you plant a tree and the first thing you're supposed to do is cut them down to like 30 inches or so, and everybody freaks out because you think you're gonna kill it and it just looks like a twig, but it's good. Here's our fig. This is a brown turkey fig. That's looking good. Our Meyer lemon is really doing well. We got some lemons coming in on it, and let me show you real close here. All of our blooms that we just had are all turning into lemons. Cool thing I learned about lemon trees and citrus trees is that they're actually evergreen, and so if you live in a climate, or you can keep them in a climate where it doesn't get overly cold, they will just go all year round. So that's really neat. So we got our 2 pear trees, they're doing well. And we have a couple of Santa Rosa plums. They're doing really good. And here are Albert peaches. And then of course our snow angel that's not even 2 years old. Look at this thing, man, huge. Thing is probably almost 8 feet tall. So we're gonna have to keep on pruning that because it's just going and going. And you can see what we do here. We keep a goblet style. Let me take you on the inside. And you keep this all open inside of a peach tree. We're in the enclosed garden, and everything that we've planted for the most part is coming up. What I've done in here, I don't think I've ever shown this before. I've done a drip irrigation just out of PVC. It's pretty cheap, so works pretty well. You just drill holes in the side of the PVC, but here you can see snap peas are all coming up. Lauren just picked the radishes last night, so those are gone. These ones here are Haas Tools rattlesnake pole beans. I cannot remember what these are over here. These are some kind of pole beans, and what we do is you can see those tendrils and stuff growing out, and what'll happen is they'll end up just growing right up the side of our fence inside the enclosed garden. Boom! Check that out. Look at our muscadines. They're all going well, and I need to do some pruning. It's Fiona. Here's our muscadines coming in, and of course the raspberries. And these things, man, when you first get them from a store, they're just one little tiny twig. The thing is like a foot tall, and then you plant them and they just come up. They try and come out of the outside of the bed. Anywhere the roots go, they go. And let's take a close look, and look right here. It's May, middle of May, and we're already getting raspberries coming in. These are the tomatoes we planted a couple weeks ago. These ones we just planted, the starts we had. We just water at the base. We try and water at the base because you typically don't want to get water all over your tomato leaves. In an upcoming video, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with these, and this has worked for a few years for us now. It's awesome what we do with the tomatoes to make them grow. I promise we're going to do an upcoming video on how we string train our tomatoes. And we have several of these tomatoes that are already starting to bloom, so that's awesome. This is the first year we've had elephant garlic. This is Haas Tools elephant garlic right here. We planted this in like October, November, and check it out, we're already getting garlic scapes. So we've never had any garlic that produces scapes. I think this is hardneck. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. And so it gets these scapes, and if you guys ever see any of the big gardeners, these scapes will grow up and around, and apparently they're delicious. Let me show you how big some of these things are. Look at this. This thing is, it's in a 1 foot raised bed, but it is probably 3 feet tall. So that's awesome. So right here is some Jericho lettuce. This stuff's supposed to be hot weather lettuce. So that's exciting. We've never tried it before, but this whole thing is coming up. And down back here in the corner is our cucumbers. And as you can see, they're starting to get heavy. We're starting to get fruit on them. And so we're also gonna string train these, and we're gonna include that in our video with string training tomatoes. Okay, so here we are at the entrance of our new garden. This was the area that the pigs tilled up, and this used to just be grass. For the most part, this whole area we used the garden fabric. We just did a video on that, so I'll put a link up in the top so you can check out that video. Down here, Lauren and the girls put some timbers in the ground and put some cattle panels up against them. In the beds here, we have some loofahs, because loofahs grow like crazy. Let me show you these loofahs. Yeah, the loofahs she started in the greenhouse, and when these things get a hold of something and when they start growing, they grow like crazy. Wanted to show you this too. Check out these potatoes. This is 4 different rows of potatoes. We started with these Haas Tools seed potatoes, the ones that have this, they have the eyes on them and squigglies coming out, little roots growing out. The method we're doing with the potatoes this year is we are covering with hay and straw, and we're going to continue that the entire year as it sort of sinks down, and just keep all the potatoes from getting to the sun or anything. And when it's time to harvest, when all these die back, turn brown and fall over, when it's time to harvest, we'll just be able to reach in this hay and straw and get out these potatoes instead of having to dig in the hard clay. So that's really cool. Haas Tools is a great company to get seeds from, and they're based here in Georgia, so we like them. Our squash and pumpkin are doing real good. Watermelon's coming up. Onions are coming up. Everything's doing great out here in the garden. We're loving this fabric. This is really turning out really well. We'll end up doing another video on our garden a little bit later in the season, but we've literally started so many things. We even have a whole area that we haven't even started yet. We got some peppers growing down here, and we even did corn in it. So never done corn before. Love sweet corn. We're gonna give that a try. This is also from Haas Tools as well. If you watched our other videos, the pigs were over here, and look at this, man. They cleared out every inch of this area, and then all we did is right back here we put the brush into a pile and burned it, and we're just going to rake those ashes into the ground, make more fertile soil. And so this is where we're going to put these gigantic sunflowers, and I'll talk about that in a second. We moved the pigs over to this part of the woods, and we're going to let them work the woods all the way down here for a couple weeks, and then we're going to move them further in. But they are already, as you can see, they're already loving it. Look at this girl here. They love it. This isn't going to be real fair because I'm part of it now, but I'm going to be as fair as I can. Here's the Haas Tools seeds. It's May 11th, and it's going down right now. If you didn't know already, the key to getting height out of plants is to plant them for the height you'd like to be. So here I am about 15 feet up, and I'm going to plant these seeds from 15 feet up so I can get 15-foot plants and just demolish anybody who tries to grow a bigger sunflower. And I'm so confident, I just need to plant one. That's it. End of July, you're about to see the biggest sunflower you've ever seen. Fix It Floyd, guaranteed. When I saw that Aaron over at 4 Kids at a Farm had posted this competition for growing the biggest sunflower, I said I want in on that. Here at Cattywampus Acres, we'd already actually gotten a pack of the American Giant hybrid sunflowers, which is what Aaron is wanting to grow in these, and these are supposed to get around 13, 14, 15 feet tall. I think that's pretty cool because it's a gigantic flower. It's not like a little delicate flower like me. It's a gigantic strong flower. So we'd actually planted some of these seeds in our backyard, and our son Keaton actually ran them over with the lawnmower. I have a pretty strong feeling I'm probably going to grow the biggest sunflower that's ever been grown in history. So Aaron, I hope you don't mind, I'm going to include myself in this. And Aaron had mentioned something in his video about a $10,000 check to the winner, so I need $10,000, so I'm looking forward to that check here at the end of this. So I have a lot of respect for the people participating in this competition. They're all good guys. I'm ready to do this, so we are going to start them in our window greenhouse here, and we'll see how it goes. And here in a second, I'm going to show you what I think is actually going to be the key to us having these gigantic sunflowers. So here we are. We have the Haas tools. This is what is in the rule book. Aaron's rule book is using these here. It's Monday, the 11th of May. So now you know I'm playing fair. Right here's the key. This is the water I just pulled out of our rain collection system. This is the rainwater that fell directly from above Cattywampus Acres. And I think that's going to be the key here. I really think that's going to be what does it. So we're going to put some of this gold on top of these sunflower seeds. So thank you everybody for joining us on this slightly different video from what we're used to doing. If you're already part of our Cattywampus crew, thanks for coming back. And if you're new to our video or our channel, hey, if you like this, go check out the other ones we have and see what you think about those. Consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell down in the bottom. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up and tell us what you think about growing sunflowers down in the bottom. And all joking aside, I like competitions like this, and we're thankful for people like Aaron and 4 Kids in the Farm that will do things like this that are fun and gets people involved in some good camaraderie. Once again, thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.